University of Michigan great Braylon Edwards, and of course, Maz are about to take over on Woodward Sports. Every day, 2 to 4 p.m., it's the best Detroit sports talk on Detroit's best sports network, Woodward Sports.
Hey, let's go Friday show, February 28, 2025. Ermanni and Edwards with Maz. Ermanni and Edwards with Maz.
Yeah, there it is.
Yes, sir.
Big times back in the building.
Yes, sir.
Big show. Lead us off today, my man. How are you?
I'm all right, guys. I missed you guys. I missed
you too, man.
a lot of good shows this week. 2 good shows that I was chock full of great football. And I didn't want to miss today. I was going to tell you about Matthew Stafford going to the Raiders. I couldn't wait to come in here and talk about football again with you guys.
Yeah, same, man. Miss you. That's what I was going to lead with. Miss you. It's not the same without you.
Thanks,
Glad
man.
that you're feeling at least a little bit better to be in that chair with you, and I appreciate you for being
Thanks.
here. Also, February 28th, 1982, my best friend was born. Shout out to Jeff Martin. You know him
Get
as
out
Jeff.
here. Shout
Jeff's
out,
birthday,
Jeff.
man.
Happy
Everybody knows
birthday,
in the
Jeff.
building, so
And it's the
what's
last
up?
day of Black History Month.
100
Shout out Ricky Bird.
100%. So,
New T-shirts for the
see him
NBA.
oh, game's back.
Maz is certainly
Game's
back. Pete Spivak with us as well.
Good afternoon, everybody.
Pretty incredible stuff. It's been an incredible day.
The White House.
Well, yeah. I mean, look. I don't know. We probably
Get out
shouldn't
of my
talk.
office.
We probably shouldn't talk about it.
Why not?
But
I missed
it is. I don't care what side of the aisle you are on. What we saw in the Oval Office in the White House is one of the most remarkable things you've ever seen in your life
What
when
did
it
I
comes
miss?
to politics.
Oh, I gotta watch
Yes. Great.
President Trump and President Zelensky of Ukraine basically in a shouting match.
Yes.
Which ends up with a deal off and President Trump kicking Zelensky out of the White House to the point where there was an hour in between. Being kicked out of the White House and this deal being called off, the mineral deal being called off. It's fascinating, and more so than anything, about anything, whatever your opinion is about it, you got to see it
I gotta
on
watch this.
television.
Put it into dummies world to me.
It was great.
Put it into dummies words like me. Like I didn't even know who Zelensky was. So
Well-
fill me in.
Okay, Russia and Ukraine are in a war.
I thought he was in the NBA, Zelensky.
Never mind.
All right.
It's so hard to do. Russia and Ukraine in a war.
Yes.
Russia attacks Ukraine. America
Helps
gives Ukraine all kind $350 billion
Yeah, a little more than
worth
that.
$350 billion worth of equipment to defend itself.
And there's
And now they're trying to get some
Get it
sort
back.
of ceasefire or peace and get some money back because they are rich in natural minerals. Trying to get a deal.
Got it.
We'll keep giving you weapons so you can defend yourself. You give us minerals that we can pay ourselves back $350 billion. And more importantly, millions of people are dying. Millions of Ukrainian soldiers, millions of Russian soldiers dying. Young men just dying, being killed in war. What can we do to end this war? And apparently, it continues. And
Has it been that many deaths?
yes.
Yeah.
it's a lot.
Yes,
Yeah.
Millions.
Jesus.
In the millions.
They're recruiting 50 to 60-year-old men to go
Oh, my
fight because
God.
they've lost.
And young
Yeah.
children.
Millions. Yep. It is incredible. And
Matt Stafford got traded.
so
Right.
just to put a bow on it, though, today, at 6 p.m. tonight, if you are watching live or if you're watching before 6 p.m., Zelensky did get kicked out of the White House, but apparently is still going to do an interview with Brett Baer at 6 o'clock on the Fox News channel.
That would
So
be
that will be like must-see TV if you're into that kind
Beautiful.
of stuff.
Quick comment. I was joking about the Matt Stafford stuff. I was being funny. I don't know enough to give a comment about the entirety of the situation. But what is that? Is it normal for presidents to kick other presidents out of set president's
Well, not
house
here.
when in a meeting?
Probably not.
Okay.
Probably not. But it's not normal to see any of that on television either.
True.
You know
That's
what
real.
I mean? Like
Having the access now.
that is stuff that you may hear about, a shouting match between Dick Cheney and somebody, during the Gulf War.
Yeah.
You know what I
Okay.
mean? I don't know.
I got you.
I am not in a position to say. All I know is that we've never seen it ourselves.
Gotcha.
Is that a good thing or is that a bad thing?
Yeah.
Would you rather have access to real time as it plays out live information or not? That's like saying in the sports world, to put it in a sports context, and I mentioned this yesterday, one of the things I wish I could do in my life one time is be in a draft room on draft night during all the conversation, not the clips that they give you, being, walking through a general manager talking about players, how he ranks his board, who's off the board. I would love to be able to have access to
Who's
that.
calling it for trades.
Yes,
Right.
all that stuff. Not just the clips that they send to you,
Right.
that they determine,
That
that
they
they
approve.
narrate, that they approve, kind of like this. Is that good or bad? But
It's TV.
It is incredible television.
If I could be a fly on the wall, I would want to be a fly on the wall in those meetings where they're doing drone strikes. Like when they're doing drone strikes and we're deciding, they're giving the A-OK. And in that moment, you see they're A and OK, knowing there's going to be collateral damage, but they still push green on that.
You want to be
I
with the
would wanna
Joint
see what
Chiefs.
that looks like.
That's where you want to be.
I was
is with the
home
Joint
for the
Chiefs.
last couple of days, so I got to catch up on some TV. Netflix has a special out called Zero
I saw it. I
Zero
watched it.
Hour, Zero Day, one of
Day.
those words.
Oh, is that the movie with
It's the De Niro.
De
It's a
Niro.
six-part.
I thought you were talking about the Black Hawk Down.
No, it's
documentary.
it's 6 parts, so it's about 6 hours and change of political thriller. It was like a cyber attack on the U.S.
Wow.
And the president of the United States wanted answers. They wanted to strike back at somebody, and they were trying to pin it on the Russians. So they bring in Robert De Niro, who was the former president, to head up this commission, and it goes from there.
But now he has.
Within a month, he's got it all figured out. It's
No
pretty-
doubt.
It's thrilling.
Here's the thought on that, and this is no disrespect. My father watches it. My mother watches it. A couple other family members that watch it that are upwards in age. I'm wondering if Netflix is starting to figure it out in terms of putting things on that you want to watch. Because everything that Netflix puts on now, there's a demographic for it, and that demographic is 32 and younger. Like in terms of what they have, this 0 Day has a lot of people watching it, a lot of older individuals watching it, and it's really well done.
Yeah, it's like House of Cards.
100%. Like good job with 0 Day. Good job. A lot of people are tapped into it of the older age. And I feel like there's nothing for them to watch. 'Cause I'm 42, and there's nothing for me to watch.
It's all
on
reality
Netflix.
TV that Netflix does now.
Love
Island, all of that kind of stuff.
Or on the
Flores
spectrum of
Lava.
some type of Severance type situation like Apple is doing, or Who's Done It, Murder Doc, or something weird. It's always weird.
When you think about like war too, in that Netflix, what is it? The Black Hawk Down.
Oh, the new one, documentary.
That's what I was talking about. The Black Hawk Down documentary.
This is the real life situation that was based on the movie.
Yes,
The movie was based on.
The real life situation that the movie was based on. What you just can't imagine ever being in that situation.
Hell no.
Like we talk about like war and killing and missions like
Like it's chess.
like it's chat.
Yeah.
Like it's chat. Like we have an opinion about it.
Right.
Like listen to these guys talk about what a routine mission is like.
Insane.
And then, what a routine mission in war. There is no such thing. Right. And it's like these are the bravest men and women that you could ever imagine walking the face of the earth. These men and women that walk into the face of war, and it is remarkable what they do.
They're better than me.
I just finished reading
Better
the
than all
book,
of
the Iliad by Homer, and it's back when they were fighting with just spears.
Yeah.
Oh, 100%. That's
It's
the
like
the
that stuff is
Odyssey,
just
the Iliad and
crazy.
Odyssey.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
the
got
Iliad and Odyssey by
next.
Homer. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
movie's coming out, but that was one of my Greek mythology took me by a whole
that
when I
book
was
is
a kid,
amazing.
but
That book was
it's
amazing.
The Iliad and Odyssey with King Odysseus.
Incredible stuff. I don't know, fascinating. We've never seen anything like it, and maybe we won't again. We don't know. But
What did he throw him out for?
The statement, and this is the statement. I don't know what it
Right.
was, but the statement from the White House, the official statement from the White House, was that he is not ready for peace.
Okay.
And that the Americans would like peace.
Hold on. Speaking of official statements,
That's official. That's not my opinion. That is just an official statement.
here's an official statement We have been waiting for how long for these Epstein files to come out to see who the hell is
It was
on the
a
list?
joke.
You mean to
Oh,
tell
God.
me I waited all this time for you to give me Michael Jackson and Mick Jagger? If you don't get the hell out of here.
It was a joke.
So
that
many
was
omissions.
That was an embarrassment.
Come on, Michael Jackson and Mick Jagger. That's how long that's the two names I've been waiting for.
went to jail.
Man, this is an embarrassment on everybody's part involved.
That was an embarrassment.
crazy.
You're right about that.
Did we figure out anything on Gene Hackman yet?
That is
No,
suspicious.
that's-
Suspicious.
Well, yeah.
The door
Mummified.
open.
I know.
They were mummified.
So to me,
2 weeks.
the first thing I thought of was, they got paid a visit by the late great Dr. Jack Kevorkian. So that
Dr.
to me, that's what it sounds like. That's what it looks like.
Because it seems like it was done with, and it was done. They knew it. It was set up down there. It was
Yeah, but then they were all
comfortable,
separated. That's what I don't get.
Yeah.
If you're gonna do that, aren't you gonna do it like
Why
together?
is the dog dead?
Right.
Like there's where it gets
there were
suspicious.
3 dogs.
and only
one
one's
was
dead.
dead. One
Two
was
were
dead.
alive. One was dead.
Wow.
So like, why is the dog dead? That's when you start to be like, okay, well, this isn't a joint suicide attempt or something like that. You're not killing one dog.
I didn't know that. I thought it was only one dog.
Nah, it's 3 dogs too. Yeah, it's a weird situation.
Wow.
So
How much younger than him is she?
30 years. I
Yeah.
think.
Yeah,
she-
she's 63.
She didn't look old.
She's 63.
63. Well, he's 95.
Right.
So 32
Yep.
years. So I was right on the money.
Yep.
This is right on the money.
Right on the
Somebody
money,
said something
baby.
great about Gene Hackman yesterday. I don't remember who it was, so I can't give the credit, but it was not me. They said one thing that made him great in his movies, Maz, you would appreciate this. He became the character.
Hell
And
yeah.
I literally thought about it for a second.
Yeah.
Every
Fabulous.
role that I've ever loved him in, which is every role he's ever been in, he's that guy. Hoosiers, he's the coach. In the Birdcage, he's that flamboyant guy. Every movie was
Crimson Tide.
Even in the Replacements, he became like a broke down bootleg coach. Crimson Tide, so yeah.
The
Every
Firm.
role-
I loved him in The Firm
Oh yeah, on the
with
beach
Tom
house.
Cruise.
That's where he does.
Can I give
Yeah.
you my favorite Gene Hackman movie that is not even in the top 20 of Gene
Yeah.
Hackman movies?
Yep. Don't say it.
Enemy of the
Don't
State.
steal my thunder.
Go ahead.
Young Frankenstein?
Nope.
Okay.
Anything?
I don't know.
Anything?
He had a 40-year career.
The Unforgiven.
Nope. I
Quicken.
can't think of the name of the movie. Enemy of the State with Will
I
Smith.
said
Okay.
Enemy of the
did
State.
you?
That was the first
Oh,
thing I
I didn't hear
said.
it.
I
Enemy
said
of the State with who?
then I said nah.
With Will Smith.
100%. I said Enemy of the State. That's my favorite Will Smith movie.
You guys are missing his best performance in Young Frankenstein when he played the blind, when the monster
He does a
visited
great
him as
job
the
in that.
blind homeless man. That was
Him against
spectacular
Denzel
role.
Washington in Crimson Tide is second to none.
He punched
For a
Denzel.
scene, 3-minute scene.
He punched Denzel. I had a problem with Gene Hackman for a couple of years. I was oh man, he hit my boy on scene.
Yeah,
How you
right.
gonna bitch slap Denzel,
Right.
man?
Man, you talk anything about anything, and people like want to come at your throat.
Everyone's
here.
got their opinions, right?
You're right. Talking
Everyone's
about
got
the number of billions
Yes.
that the Americans like. That is okay. Whatever billions you say. If it's 350 billion, which by the way is the
It is.
official position of the United States,
It is.
like whether you're whatever number you're getting on MSNBC or from some whatever, like that's great. That's great. But the official number from the United States is 350 billion. If it's really 120 billion, okay, is that like, you know what I mean? Like, okay,
They owe us a lot of money.
like thank you.
Thank you.
like, you know, I only deal in officials. Like
Just say billions from now on.
Hundreds of billions.
Yeah, hundreds
of billions.
Right? Like is 120 okay?
Yeah.
And give them 120 more?
Right.
I mean, I'm just asking the people. It's not anything that anybody says on
only
one
a
side or the
couple
other.
anyway.
Right. It's like
Yeah,
right.
it's a couple.
So we got it. All right, gang. So let's get here. Change in the rundown a little bit because we had this whole thing planned with Matthew Stafford, but just minutes before the show started today, it was revealed that Matthew Stafford, in fact, will return to the L.A. Rams. He has come to an agreement with the Rams
Restructured.
on a multi-year deal to stay as their quarterback. And, you know, when you're looking at this thing, Braylon, they were one drive away from returning to the Super Bowl. And it was a little startling that this was even out there. But once it got out there, I didn't think there was anything going back.
I didn't think either I didn't think either party would win if they would move Matt Stafford. Matt Stafford is a guy that since he's left Detroit, he's been the elite of the elite quarterbacks. He won a Super Bowl in year one, had some injuries here and there. They revamped the program a little bit, but they rebounded last year, almost won. As you said, almost doesn't count. But, hey, they were right there. And this is talking about the Eagles team. This Eagles team is invincible. The Rams defense, as we saw last year, and Maz fell in love with Gerard Verse, they're real. All they're missing is a cornerback. They're one of the best. They will be one of the best defenses in the league. And on offense, you have young Kyron Williams, Puka Nacua. You can figure it out with Cooper Kupp if you wanted to. And now you have a draft in the offseason. I think the Rams would be idiotic to move on from Matt Stafford when you were that close last year and you won a Super Bowl with him 3 years ago, and it'd be done for Matt Stafford. Matt Stafford has now put himself in a situation where we're talking about him as, I don't want to say first ballot Hall of Famer, Maz, but
He is.
see, okay, we're talking about him as a first ballot Hall of Famer. You're also talking about him. He revamped his legacy from what it was in Detroit. You want to risk going to the Raiders or the Giants, and now your career is taking the turn the opposite way, much like Aaron Rodgers? Realistically, who's a better quarterback career-wise, Aaron Rodgers or Matt Stafford? If he wins another one.
Good point.
So
It's a great point.
It'd be
They're
dumb
right
as hell
there
for
with each other. I know
Yeah.
MVPs, but who cares?
100%. Who cares about that? I care about the Super Bowl. He'd
Yeah.
be dumb as hell to ruin his career going to the Giants, who we know are a dumpster fire, or the Raiders are trying to figure it out with a new face in Tom Brady. Give me a break.
And we don't know, Maz, can I just say, we don't know the amount of money. We saw reports, and again,
I still really can't find the break.
we don't know if this is true or not, but we did see reports that Stafford wanted upwards of $50 million a year, and I understand that. That is what upper echelon quarterbacks get. But again, I question everything I see these days when it comes to remember about going back to the Eagles say no to the White House. Oh, the Eagles are going to the White House. You know, like Matthew Stafford wants $50 million. Next thing you know, it's going to be a 2-year, $60 million deal.
Right.
You know, we don't know what we don't know, and I'm comfortable in saying that. We don't know what Matthew Stafford has wanted all along. I can't imagine a guy that's got $360 million in the bank or whatever that he really thinks an extra $20 million in his career is going to go play for a 3-14 team, like you said, Braylon. You're going to go play for the Giants, a 3-14 team, for an extra $20 million? Get your teeth kicked in every night?
It's not about the money. It's about the championships. And also, my biggest question is, what do the Dodgers do that people despise now in the MLB? It's the deferred,
Overspend.
It's the deferred payment. Oh, yeah, the guy's only going to make $2 million this year, but in the back end, he's going to make this amount of money. Maybe Stan Kroenke got with who's the owner of the Dodgers, Mass?
Bunch of idiots.
Cohen?
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
maybe,
that's the Mets.
Oh, that's the
That's the
Mets.
Mets.
But maybe, maybe Dodgers owner got with the who am I talking about right now? Maybe he got with
Rams.
Steve Kroenke.
Yeah.
Maybe he had a conversation and say, look, maybe this is how you want to structure this deal. Maybe there's a way in which you can pay Matt Stafford what he feels he deserves, but at the time that will help you out and benefit you. So I think if this is fully truthful, this is the best play for both people involved.
Listen, if I had one team to bet to win the Super Bowl this year, you only allow me one bet, and I'm
Would it
looking
be
at
the
all the
Rams?
odds. My money's going on the Rams. I watched them play at the end of the year last year. I watched them should have beaten the Eagles. They should have. They fell just a little short. They fell a little short. The
Why do you
fumble
say
and the
that?
return for the touchdown. I love the way that this defense is. I'm telling you, I love their defense, and they're all young kids.
Man, not to cut you off, just to help you, the reason why that defensive front that the Eagles have that everybody talks about, you know who I love. You know who my guy is. Vic Fangio has all that. The problem is the perfect storm for that is Matt Stafford at the line of scrimmage because he's getting rid of that ball so fast that Jalen Carter and those ends, they don't have a chance to be as effective as they are typically on other teams, maybe like a Jared Goff. Matt Stafford gets that ball out quick, and that offense has gotten better and better and better. They're the perfect storm for the Eagles or any other team for that
For
matter.
your odds, best odds to win the Super Bowl. If you're looking at trying to make money,
I mean,
bet the Rams. I want to bet the Lions.
That's interesting.
I want to bet the Lions, but I
Matt,
don't know.
Let me ask you. That's interesting for both of you guys because you seem to be on the same page here. If that is the case, if the Rams do believe, and I guess they do believe they're capable of winning a Super Bowl
Hell
next
yeah.
year, otherwise they wouldn't bring Matthew Stafford back. Why did they even entertain this in the beginning? if you have the ability, do you know how hard it is to win or compete for a Super Bowl? We're talking about Super Bowls here. In Detroit, we know how hard that is. How in God's name could you even entertain the idea or tell Matt Stafford, yeah, go seek a deal if you would like to? I would never in a million years allow my Super Bowl winning quarterback in a year where I believe we could win the Super Bowl to go anywhere. Can you? That's horrible.
Here's why they do it. One, it's about what can you give me. You know what? Hell, let's leak this information or let's get this information out there. If you can offer me something crazy, they may not have been in a rebuild or a situation where they wanted to move on. But if you're going to give me something crazy for Matt Stafford, now I can double dip. Sure, we're open for conversation. But then if nobody took a nibble at it and said, hey, well, we'll give you X, Y, and Z, now you're just looking at a basic deal. Well, you know what? Now let's get Matt Stafford back because we are that close. I think it's playing a bit of chess.
Yeah.
And the move, it didn't play out. Nobody took the bait on that, so they didn't get a bunch of first rounds in return. That would have been crazy if Matt Stafford collected more first rounds because he already got 2 from the Detroit Lions. But with that being said, no one took a bite of that apple. So now we were this close to being the Eagles, and we'll be better next year. Let's figure this thing out. Try it again.
They were playing poker, man.
Yeah, I agree.
Sean McVay right away said, hey, I'm going to need your answer here, Matthew, by March. I'm going to need your answer. That's how it started. Mm-hmm. So then Stafford, and then, we're going to get rid of Kupp. So then his wife, Mrs. Stafford, we all know her, she said, oh, man, you're going to trade Kupp? That's our family friend. Oh, if you're going to trade him and you're talking like this to my husband, I want my husband to get some respect.
Stafford
Remember she
played
said
a little bit
that?
of poker too.
Yeah, she said, I want my husband to get respect. So they're like, okay, let's see how much respect we can go get.
Yep.
We're going to meet with Tom Brady at his Montana ranch.
Yep.
Hey, this is what we can do for you. Did
you see what Kelly Stafford tweeted out when that rumor came out?
I did not.
A picture of Matthew Stafford and the girls at their country club in Los Angeles.
Oh.
in Malibu.
We know you lying.
In Malibu.
We know you lying.
I mean, it was a day later,
yeah.
So it could have been.
And that was the big fight between Ian Rappaport and Schultz, right?
Yeah, it was.
That was did you guys talk about that?
No, we did not. We had it in the show, but we did not
Jordan
talk
Schultz
about that.
Broke that story.
Jordan
saying
Schultz, by the way, the son of Howard Schultz, who is the creator of Starbucks.
Oh, wow.
By the way.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
He's an ESPN insider.
No, Schultz is not.
Oh, what is he then?
Schultz is
NFL Network?
NFL?
No, Rappaport is NFL Network.
Schultz is something NFL.
I got it. Hang on.
He's got a huge following.
He's Fox Sports NFL Insider.
At Fox Sports.
Okay, so here's the scoop, guys, in case you missed it. Schultz says, all right, Matthew Stafford and Tom Brady met at his ranch. Ian Rappaport's like, no, they didn't. They just basically bumped into each other at the airport. So Schultz says, that's bull. So he meets him at a Starbucks. And I forget where it was. Was it in L.A. or something?
It was in Indianapolis.
Indianapolis.
Now,
At the Combine.
Now it makes more sense to
And
me, man.
Schultz went up to him, and he wanted to throw down with rap sheet. So the NFL is investigating this. So basically, Schultz told him, hey, mind your own business or come at me. Don't be putting stuff out, online. Come to me. Because if you think that Stafford and Brady just ran into each other, I got some real estate to sell you. It's a great story.
I got some ice. You can see this guy
Ice to the Eskimos.
Ice to the Eskimos.
Well, we're not allowed to say that anymore.
Oh,
either.
we're not?
No. Remember,
Why?
the Edmonton Eskimos aren't the Eskimos anymore.
They're not?
They're the Elks.
Yeah.
They're the Elks. Anyway,
man.
I digress.
No, right? You can't keep up.
I digress.
I can't.
The Rams and Stafford.
I think that's more shocking than what happened in the
they
White
were playing. They were playing poker, right? That was his whole
Okay.
thing, and he made his money.
He
Made his money.
He's
He's probably going to get $95 million.
Because at the end of the day, it's, they call his bluff. He went out there, he found a suitor, and Tom Brady was ready to pay him. They need it now. They need a Matt Stafford. You need somebody as good as Matt Stafford. You can get that right now. It really just look at what the Chargers were able to do. If Jim Harbaugh doesn't have, and don't get me wrong, it's not like Herbert tore it up. Herbert played good, clean football last year. If Harbaugh doesn't have Herbert, the team doesn't go to the playoffs. If the Raiders don't get a Matt Stafford or something like that, this is a rebuilding year for the Raiders. I don't care who's coming in.
I bet you Kupp stays with the Rams too.
Well, I mean,
100%.
I don't know how he can't. Again, if you believe that you are that close to a Super Bowl, And
Does Matt sacrifice some of his paycheck for Cooper Kupp?
Well,
That's
they
what
like
I'm
the,
saying.
They like the kid they drafted last year.
Puka Nacua?
No,
the other
he's
wide
younger than
receiver.
Puka.
There's another
He was
wide
a
receiver.
rookie last year.
I
Yeah.
do believe, and I don't mean to say this lightly, but it's probably easier to replace a wide receiver than any other position in football.
Wow.
Run, Ryan. Run for cover.
in today's game, right? I mean, think about all the receivers.
Ask the Tennessee Titans about that.
Yeah,
Ask
but
Tennessee Titans about that.
I guess-
Ask Green Bay about that. You want to
But I
talk
mean,
about how good
look-
that slew of receivers is? None of them went over 1,000. They really
Yep.
not that good.
That's right.
I'm
Ain't
like-
no Devontae Adams over there.
I know. I'm thinking of
Tyreek Hill.
Thinking about Buffalo. Thinking about Kansas City.
And what happened to
But I guess
Buffalo when they
that's
needed a big play
quarterbacks.
from a
Yeah,
wide receiver?
right.
They didn't have it.
You know,
They
Ask
gave
the Jets
60
about
million.
receivers. They ain't been in the playoffs since I
Take it back, Ryan. Hurry
I
up.
take it back.
Take it back.
I take it back. I take it back.
No, but to your point, there is an influx of wide receivers,
But
so
like,
you
I'm thinking
can't
about Tim
replace wide
Patrick
receivers.
and Josh Reynolds.
Yeah, I know,
We
right.
talked for 2 months
Yeah.
But
about
y'all-
the importance. Y'all did.
Y'all did. What did I say? When
We
he dropped
talked
them
for
2 passes,
2
I said
months.
he's gone. That
2
was-
months we
did.
talked about the importance of re-signing
Yeah.
Josh Reynolds, and Tim Patrick came in, and you're like, "Who's Josh Reynolds?"
Yeah.
He's the third wide receiver. Like if y'all got rid of Amon-Ra St. Brown, like it's different. It looks different. It's easy to replace a third wide receiver. If the Eagles got rid of Devontae Smith, would the Eagles still be the Eagles? No, because Devontae Smith will be better than A.J. Brown when his career is over.
Maybe not. Let me phrase it this way: not easy to replace a number 1 receiver,
Okay.
but fairly reasonably more so than any other position right now. A number 2 or 3 receiver.
I give you that because more kids are playing wide receiver.
Yeah.
Wide receiver has become the sexy position. Like all kids, all colors, doesn't matter, all transcendent races. Everybody wants to hit the gritty in the end zone. So there's so many wide receivers at this point. You're getting a lot of good wide receivers, and you can get them like Amon-Ra in the 4th round, to your point. So I would agree with that. That's fair.
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with that right now.
I love the teeth that this story had, man. I'm sorry that he's going to sign back with the Rams, to be honest with you.
Well-
I was hoping he'd go somewhere else. The Giants, the Raiders, and then Aaron Rodgers would go to the Rams. I just love all this. It's a soap opera.
Well, you naturally take me to our next topic, and that is we all believe that Matthew Stafford was the first domino to fall in this offseason. Well, here's the deal. The first domino has now fallen in this offseason. The most important cog in this quarterback carousel that we believe was out there has now returned to the LA Rams, and that's Matthew Stafford. Where do the next quarterbacks fall? Next quarterbacks, I'm talking Aaron Rodgers. I'm talking Sam Darnold. I'm talking Russell Wilson. Where does Justin Fields go? Because this is all now the story of the NFL offseason outside of Mr. Myles Garrett. We'll do that next, but first a message from Caesars.
Well, everybody, you got to scan that QR code above my head and use the code word Woodward1000 to open up your brand new Caesars Sportsbook account. The baseball season is about to begin, coming up in about 5 weeks. We got the NBA and the NHL playoffs coming up. So open up your brand new Caesars Sportsbook account by scanning that QR code and use the code word Woodward1000. Deposit at least $20. Make a first bet of $20 or more. If that first bet happens to lose, you'll get your first bet back as a bonus bet up to $1,000. Scan that QR code right now and open up your brand new Caesars Sportsbook account. We will be right back.
Big injuries, big news. Twice a week, Dr. Jeff Pierce from Michigan Sports and Spine joins Woodward Sports Network for the Injury Insider Report. Big D Energy Tuesdays at noon, and Ermanni and Edwards with Maz Thursdays at 3:30. Get expert analysis and in-depth breakdowns on the latest sports injuries from the man trusted by top athletes in the community, like D-Mac. Whether it's the Lions, Pistons, Tigers, or Red Wings, Dr. Pierce talks us through it all. Don't miss the Injury Insider Report with Dr. Jeff Pierce, your go-to source for understanding the impact of injuries on the games and players we love. Only on Woodward Sports Network. Scan the QR code on the screen or go to MichiganSportsandSpine.com to see if Dr. Jeff Pierce can help you.
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles, and with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at lesstanford.com today.
A network for the city, by the city. Woodward Sports is Detroit Sports.
How do people feel about getting a Planet Fitness membership for $15 a month? How do they like working out in a clean and spacious gym that's filled with equipment for every workout? And how about free fitness training in the judgment-free zone that leaves them feeling energized all day long? Join Planet Fitness today with the free PF app, online or in club, and start getting that big fitness energy for $15 a month.
The most talked about Detroit media by other Detroit media, and we love it. It's the Woodward Sports Network.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, it's wicked awesome.
WoodwardSports.com and click on Shop. Get the latest in Detroit sports apparel and exclusive Woodward Sports gear. WoodwardSports.com can get the whole team outfitted. Love the Pistons, Red Wings, and Tigers? We got something for you, too. Shop online at WoodwardSports.com.
Hey guys, dreaming of a new home but feeling a financial pinch? Mark White & Associates, your trusted real estate experts, are here to help. Mark White and his team will pay up to $5,000 of your closing costs. That's $5,000 in your pocket. Give them a call today, 248-290-8242. Check them out online as well, markwhitesells.com. Again, that number, 248-290-8242 to make your dreams come true.
Talking a little NFL here, and again, if you're just joining us earlier this afternoon, Matthew Stafford agreed to go back to the LA Rams. Bit of I don't want to say a shocking move, but an unexpected move. I think the Raiders and the Giants was a real story, but in the end, he goes back to Sean McVay and the Rams. So, first quarterback domino falls, Braylon, in this year's free agent. Essentially, even though Matthew Stafford wasn't a free agent, he was up for grabs a little bit, right?
Yeah.
Where do the other guys go? I'm talking quarterbacks. And who is the next guy? Do you consider the next guy Sam Darnold, Kirk Cousins, who is locked up, but not a free agent, but available probably? Sam Darnold, Russell Wilson, Kirk Cousins, Justin Fields. Who is your next quarterback that you expect to go first or go second, essentially?
Probably Sam Darnold, but the other ones I don't even really consider. I don't even think they're paying attention because I don't think a lot of those guys will be stars in this league. I think the ones to pay attention to this offseason.
Aaron Rodgers, I didn't even name him.
The ones to pay attention to are going to be Sam Darnold, Kirk Cousins, Aaron Rodgers, and Daniel Jones. I think those would be the 4 that you're looking for to go to some team.
Justin Fields, too.
I know he was 4-2, and I know that the offensive coordinator in Pittsburgh really liked him. He was pissed that they moved on from him and went to Russell. I understand that. He's having to continuously start over.
Understood.
A quarterback who you want to see stability in, and the big thing was he didn't have the same offensive coordinator, and he didn't have receivers. When you keep putting him in different systems, he's starting over every time, so he's really not getting better. Even though he's getting older in the league, he's not getting better, so I wouldn't trust that. But Daniel Jones and Sam Darnold, Aaron Rodgers. I think between Aaron and Sam, but the thing with Sam is he's got to go to a team that is in the same spectrum as Kevin O'Connell as offensive coordinator, Sean McVay as an offensive coordinator, Kyle Shanahan as an offensive coordinator. That's where he had his success. He's proven that he can't go to a team and he be the offense. He's not the guy to do that, so you got to have a system in play. So if that's the case, the 49ers are a situation where he could go, man.
Hey, man, I always said the 49ers was going to be his destination.
Yeah.
But I've read a few things that Aaron Rodgers actually looked at the Giants and said, hey, you want to give me a shot here? I tell
said
you,
that yesterday.
he bought a house in where my sister lives, in Cedar Grove. He built it. It's gorgeous. It was there. It overlooks, you could see the mountains. You could see New York City. He's got places everywhere. I mean, the guy's a multi-millionaire. But I think he likes it in Jersey, where he's at. And he gets to go to California as well. So why not stay in town, switch lockers, go to the Giants, and then you read about Sam Darnold. Can he return to a place where actually his name was like it was an embarrassment
Was
by the time
punchline.
he was a punchline? Can he return to the Jets? And on your list, Rye, on your list, the ESPN guy, Aaron Schatz, said he believes the Jets will get Sam Darnold back.
2025 NFL free agency projecting one signing for every team. This is what ESPN has. Not this
my
line.
bad.
Not this.
My
That's okay.
bad.
Not that either.
No,
this is something
sorry.
different. That's okay. It's something you don't have.
Sorry, my
Nope,
friend.
It's something you don't have. No problem at all, big guy. Sam Darnold returns to the Jets.
Okay.
Sam Darnold returns to the Jets. Speaking of the Giants and Aaron Rodgers, Diana Rossini, and Adam Schefter, both now reporting that the Giants have shifted their focus to Aaron Rodgers.
Wow.
That is who they've been talking about all week in Indianapolis, is getting Aaron Rodgers. Look, when you are, and I think, I don't know if it was you or you, maybe it was both of you guys, when your job is on the line,
It was me.
it was you. When you are Bob Quinn and Matt Patricia, you don't draft a rookie quarterback. You draft a guy that you think can help you immediately on day one. And that's exactly what Brian Daboll and Joe Shane are doing. They are saying to themselves, we ain't got 5 years.
Nope. They got till Thanksgiving.
We've got 5 weeks. And if we don't win right off the bat, we're toast. We're not making it through the season, let alone seeing some rookie perform in year 2 or year 3. There is no year 2, year 3 for these guys. They have to win now, which you may not like. You may think he sucks. You may think he's done. You may think he's whatever. But when you survey the NFL and you say which quarterback will give me the best opportunity to win right now in the first month of the season, I'm not even talking about the season. I'm talking about the first month of the season. It's Aaron Rodgers, and it's not even close.
On one hand, Aaron Rodgers could come back second year from an Achilles injury. He figured it out towards the end of his second season.
His numbers aren't bad.
Now he's a quarterback that's pissed off at the world, and now he's going scorched earth. He realized that not being there didn't help the Jets. He understands that it can't be about him. He's saving his legacy. We're sitting here talking about is Matt Stafford better than Aaron Rodgers' career in a couple of years. He knows that he has to save his legacy. But just like Robert De Niro said in Heat, there's a flip side to that coin. Because now you got a guy who you know what he's about, who you know what he's going to do, who has shown you at every turn it is about number 8 or number 12. It doesn't matter what the number is.
He could have 12 with the Giants.
100%. It's the same guy. And now you've risked everything, which you have to because you're that desperate, on this guy. You put yourself in a bad situation. It's damned if you do, and it's damned if you don't.
Your guy, Aaron Schatz, on the quarterback list, has the Giants going for Russell Wilson.
Yes.
Russell Wilson. So I'll ask you, Braylon.
Yeah.
Russell Wilson, Aaron Rodgers. Who are you taking if you're the Giants?
Your life is on the line.
Because you're only paying Russell. You got to pay him.
Right.
Not much, but pay him.
Right.
Aaron gets league minimum.
And again, with the thought, that question, with the thought that your NFL life is on the line.
Russell Wilson.
Interesting.
I'm going to take Russell Wilson because of what the locker room is going to be. You can say what you want to about
Let's ride.
Well, you know what? It worked in Pittsburgh. He got guys to buy in. At the end of the day, he's a good teammate. He's a good locker room guy. I would rather choose that. I'd rather choose stability. I'd rather choose a guy that was willing to build with younger players and the guys on the team starting right now until when the season starts. A guy that's going to be there and be accountable when the season is going on. Like, if there looks like something, you got some good players. There's some great defensive players on this Giants team. You got some great offensive players if you get that line to stay healthy. Malik Neighbors, I mean, damn. He's one of the best wide receivers in the young.
Saquon. Oh, no, never mind.
You don't have him. With that being said, I think you can keep it together. Like, Aaron Rodgers is going to come in. Now you get fired before the season's over with. Now the Giants, you're even worse off than you were going into the season.
Or do you go after a Sam Darnold if
We
you're
only
the
get
Giants?
those two options now.
I don't know. Kirk Cousins, his name is out there. Kirk Cousins is a league minimum. He's going to get cut by the Falcons. They're not going to pay him $40 million to back up.
It's more of the situation where you know what you're getting. Like, you know what you're going to get out of Kirk Cousins. You're not making the playoffs. That's what you're getting out of Kirk. Sam Darnold was with Kevin O'Connell, who studied under Sean McVay. His offenses, and he had the best skill group arguably in the league. And he had that type of success. That's not what Sam Darnold is getting.
You got to pay him too. He's going to at least get 30, 35 million.
Yeah, he just won 13 games. He's not going to be cheap.
No, he's not.
So for me, I know you have to choose someone, but
how about you, Rod?
Get Daniel Jones from somebody.
It's not even a question. If my life is on the line here, I'm choosing Aaron Rodgers. If my life is on the line, and I think back to and I always go back to Dr. Pearson, something you always say too, Bray. It's not the year after a surgery. It's 2 years after a surgery where a guy comes back and he's able to play a lot better. Maybe we'll see that with Kirk Cousins. Look, I hate Aaron Rodgers. I think he's a total douchebag. I absolutely do. But again, we're not talking about personalities here. In my opinion, we're talking about who gives you the best chance to win. And in my opinion, respectfully, it's Aaron Rodgers, and it's not even close. He was playing a little bit better. And, again, this is the dumbest thing that I may say today.
I doubt it.
Hey, Bray, drop your mic.
Oh my God, well played. Okay.
Right, just as you're speaking.
Okay.
28 touchdowns, 11 interceptions, 4,000 yards passing last year with the Jets.
Yeah.
Not bad.
Not bad, right?
Meanwhile, he destroyed the very fabric of what the Jets is. You got the owner mad at the coach. The coach is mad at the media. The media doesn't even know what the hell is going on.
He's a bad apple.
It's nowhere.
Yeah,
I agree with you. It's idiotic if you think that I believe that Russell Wilson's a better quarterback than Aaron Rodgers. That's not what the case is. With Aaron Rodgers, I know what I'm getting. I know he's going to blow your whole team up before the season even starts. That means I know as a head coach, my ass is getting canned.
They're already blown up.
Before Thanksgiving, I'm getting canned. At least if Russell keeps the locker room in some good stability, you sneak into the playoffs. Hey. Maybe now I get a chance to get a quarterback next year that can really save me.
I just want to remind you guys, I was at the final Giants game of the year. I went to Jersey to visit my family. I watched them against the Colts. Colts needed to win to make the playoffs. The Giants put 40-some-odd points up with Drew Lock, 4 touchdowns, and one more I think he ran. He ran in 2, and he threw for 3 or 4. Yeah. Drew Lock. So and Malik Neighbors had 3 touchdowns that day. They have a terrific tight end, and his name escapes me, that they drafted. They've got some good people on this team. They need a running back, that's for sure. They can rush the passer. Their coach got them to the playoffs his first year. They beat the Vikings with Kirk Cousins, and then they fell on their faces the next year. They're not trash. They really are not trash.
So
Kirk Cousins lost to Daniel Jones.
Let me just say that Dante151 gave us $2 for that moment. It deserves a donation. Good job, Bray. Mike G says, Maz, we need to bring back the Ryan Ermanni hot take horn back to the studio. Hot take horn. But anyway, what I was going to say is, remember when Michael Jordan wore number 45?
Of course.
And he got the ball stolen from him, and the next night he came back and he wore number 23, or it was against Orlando.
It was Orlando.
Nick Young.
No, Nick Anderson.
Nick Anderson.
It was talking stuff.
Nick Anderson. You young people out there might not remember this. Please,
I'm sorry.
Please. Michael Jordan in the playoffs when he came back wore number 45. Nick Anderson steals the ball from him in the playoffs and eliminate the Chicago Bulls. I believe they eliminated him, or it was in the middle of the series. And Nick Anderson said, "I stole that ball from number 45. I didn't steal that ball from number 23." If Aaron Rodgers gets 12 back,
He will.
and he's not 8 anymore, would that mean anything to a player? Is that number so defining to a player? Any number you wear, whether it's 17 or 1 or 2 or whatever the number is, Aaron Rodgers wearing 12 again, and again, might be the stupidest thing I ever say, but maybe it's not. Maybe it's not. He's not 8.
No.
He's 12, and 12 was a bad man.
He was. Bray, I'll let you talk about the number, and then I got something for you.
I'm glad that I said it won't, because that wasn't dumb. You're absolutely correct with that. It is the number. I'll give you a personal example. So when I get to San Francisco, I signed, camp had already started, they already had a 17. I can't remember what the receiver's name was, but they already had a 17.
He was a bum.
He was a nice guy, but, whatever. So they gave me 81. And so I'm with this new team, and I've got a new number. Maz, I'm not feeling like myself. I'm trying to make it happen. I'm trying to figure out the playbook. I'm trying to figure out this new swag. 17 is who I am.
Great
I dress
uniform,
a certain
though.
way with 17. 81, I was like, it's a little bigger. I got to make it work. Is it 2 wristbands? Is it 1 wristband? Long story short, it took me a while to get into my rhythm. He gets cut after the second preseason game, so about 3 weeks in the camp. I get 17. They said, do you want 17? It's available. I said, yeah, give me 17. Got 17. I don't want to be like it was instant. Man, it was instant.
Yeah.
Like I looked in the mirror on the way out to practice. I saw 17 with the block right here. I'm saying it's go time, and it just gave me a confidence. Like when Lloyd took 1 from me in camp and I had to go back to 80. What is this? I'm
Terrible.
not this guy anymore. So
That was the clock game.
100%. This is true. But players identify with numbers. Players make numbers special, man. You don't believe me? Ask PG-13 because he ain't better than PG-24.
All right, here's what I got
Okay.
for you. First of all, I knew he would say what you said. Number that's your number.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, look at Juan Soto with the Mets. He got his number, and I forgot who he got it from. Maybe
Yankees.
Jeff McNeil the young kid, Brett Beatty. He bought him a truck. he got Soto brought him a nice truck.
$775 million. You
I
bought me more
know.
than a truck.
Well, anyway, I digress.
Factory.
It's a Bentley truck.
Answer this question, guys. Not many people will remember this. They might, but I'm a New York fan, so I'll remember it more. Who was the last Green Bay quarterback that failed with the New York Jets and went on to success?
Favre.
Why the hell
I played
can't
against Favre.
Why the hell can't Aaron Rodgers do the same thing?
Do what?
Go to another team and get him to the precipice of the Super Bowl, because that's what he did with the Minnesota Vikings. What Brett Favre did
But
with the
Favre
Minnesota
didn't fail
Vikings.
anywhere he go because he got to the NFC Championship game, and when he got to the Jets, you do remember Brett Favre was 11-3 and got hurt.
I understand, but he left the Jets to go to the Vikings. That's where he finished his career. He finished his career with the Vikings, and he took them to the NFC title game and barely missed going to the Super Bowl.
No,
I think Aaron Rodgers has that in him. His numbers speak for it, and you saw him in the second half of the year. He was very good. He was very good. Way too late. By then, it was already done.
The problem is, I'm sorry. The
you're
problem
right.
is with Brett Favre. Brett Favre cooked soon as he left. Soon as he left Green Bay, there wasn't an injury. It took time. Soon as he left, he was cooked. He cooked for 2 years in Minnesota, and then when he got to the Jets, he cooked for a little over 3/4 of a season with the Jets. Like, it never fell off. It never tapered off. So, like, he was consistent in that. With Aaron Rodgers, I don't know. Like, yeah, it looked good at the end of the season, but were they really playing for anything? I'm scared.
It depends. It depends what a team needs too.
Yeah.
Like, look at the Jets, okay? Like, you're Aaron Glenn. You're taking over. It is almost exactly like the Detroit Lions situation, minus all of the draft picks and minus the quarterback, right? I mean, when Dan Campbell came here and was the head coach, and Brad Holmes was the general manager, they made a deal that acquired a ton of draft picks. You had all this draft capital, so you could get good quickly.
Put them ahead a little bit.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And you had a capable quarterback, a former number 1 overall quarterback.
I agree.
Does Aaron Glenn and the Jets go down that same road without the draft capital, But getting a former, was he the number 1 overall pick, Sam Darnold?
No.
Yes, I think he was.
Sam?
Yeah.
No.
If
No?
he wasn't, he was a top 3
Sam
pick.
Darnold was 5. He was 4 or 5.
4 or 5. Okay, top 5 pick. Okay, you're getting a high first round kind of guy that you pay $40 million a year to. You can't win without him. Who are you going to get? There's nobody in the draft. There is nobody available.
The Jets aren't supposed to win right now.
But the Jets can build with a 28-year-old quarterback.
But he's already been there. He's been there. He's poisoned.
Well, you guys tell me whether or not you think that if you're a Jets fan, if you'd welcome back Sam Darnold.
No, I wouldn't welcome him back for 2 reasons. One, I saw what I saw 7 years ago.
All right.
I see ghosts. Like I saw what
You know how
I
many
saw.
ghosts will be at MetLife
I was
Stadium?
at that game 100%. So it was against the Patriots. So legitimately, I saw that. Now fast forward 7 years. I know that Sam Darnold had some success last year, and the year before he got there, Kyle Shanahan said, you know what, I like this quarterback. I think he can be successful in the NFL again if given the opportunity. I'm not trusting Kyle Shanahan and Kevin O'Connell because they're the only two. Excuse me, let me rephrase that. I'm not trusting Sam Darnold outside of their system. Like, he was great with Kevin O'Connell, who runs the same type of offense as Kyle Shanahan. So, yeah, he was great in that system, but now I'm taking him and adding him to another system that has nothing to do with that ideology. I can't bank on that.
Right?
I can't bank on that. Sorry,
No,
I
I think of the Jets and whether because I want the Jets to succeed for one reason and one reason only. Aaron Glenn.
Aaron Glenn.
I want him. He waited long enough. I think he's a great man and a great coach, and I'm rooting greatly for him. And what guy is out there that can help him get to year 3?
Jared
because
Goff.
I do believe
Only
he
joke.
would get a second year. What guy is out there? I mean, I don't think Woody Johnson is firing him after year 1. Okay. Because I think all of these jobs are now 1-year jobs, by the way. You don't get 2 years, you don't get 3 years, but I think Aaron Glenn gets 2 years. What quarterback is out there this year or even next? Well, not so much next
Speaking
year.
of giving individuals another opportunity, would you give Daniel Jones an opportunity if you're Aaron Glenn?
Yes, but not with Aaron Glenn.
Okay.
Well, I might have the quarterback for you.
Who?
If you look at your 3 o'clock stat, it'll tell you who it is.
What am I looking at?
Oh.
The top of the 3 o'clock hour is what he's referring
just say
to.
it. Just say it.
Joe Milton.
Why you looking
Joe
for
Milton.
that?
Oh,
I'm about to say, why you looking for that?
Joe
Ryan?
Milton.
it's a great suggestion.
Joe Milton.
If you believe in him now, and remind me who the offensive coordinator is in
New England?
New York for the Jets, because that's
It's our guy.
They fired Lombardi.
It's our guy. It's our
from
passing
here,
game
Tanner
coordinator.
Tanner Ekstrom.
Yeah.
Tanner
Is it
Ekstrom.
him?
Tanner Ekstrom.
There's so much movement. I
Yes.
don't know.
Tanner
But
Ekstrom.
But if you're going to tell me that I can't bank on Russell Wilson, you damn sure can't bank on Joe Milton, who
Well, I'm
doesn't
just
have
saying,
the
here's a young
experience.
quarterback you could build on. And I'm not sure if the Patriots would do business with the Jets. If they do, they'll probably rob him blind, first of all. But the deal is, Patriots quarterback Joe Milton is gaining extreme amount of trade interest around the NFL. Some say he is the best quarterback in this year's draft. And he was drafted last year.
So again,
This is why you're mad at the Hendon Hooker pick.
yeah. Well, yes.
That's why I wanted you to do that.
I was trying to get there, but we'll just do it now. It's totally fine. It's only a couple of minutes.
Let's keep dragging it on.
Let's just keep going here. This is the exact, and when I tell you, if you've watched this show this week, if you've watched the Hendon Hooker take that I had, if you've hated on me for the Hendon Hooker take that I had the other day, that right there is exactly what I was talking about. This is the year to cash in. What does cash in mean? That. You have the best quarterback available on your team, not in free agency, not in the draft. That guy that is highly coveted by the Giants, by the Jets, by the Raiders, by insert team
Steelers.
here who needs a quarterback, not only now, but for the future. They will pay you what your demands are to get that guy.
Hot take alert.
Thank you. That's what I was going for with the Hendon Hooker.
But they ruined
right
it.
there.
Justified.
But they ruined it. The Lions ruined it. They did. They ruined it.
They did. They did ruin it.
They botched it.
They did botch it. And they botched it by signing a guy that was a high school quarterback, coach. And they botched it not only by doing that, because you could even at that point sell, Braylon, you could sell teams on, hey, man, we're a Super Bowl championship team, and I am not going to be one play away from. But then you put him in the game, and it was over.
Yeah, once they put him in the game, you could tell that he wasn't the guy. You could tell that this wasn't some gold mine that they were sitting on. You could tell that this was not a guy. Like, you know when you know. I always say that, just as a former player, but it has nothing to do with being a former player. Like, you guys have been watching the game forever. When you see a guy come in, you're like, oh, yeah, this guy's got something. It's something there. It could be when a guy doesn't have it, you're like, or Matt, you can be Maz, who's super nice, super optimistic. Like, well, maybe he'll grow. That's not a shot. That's truly Maz. But you know when you know they put him in the game and it just, they wasted a pick. That's what the outside thought.
So when you said, and I was with you on the desk when you said it, when they drafted him with the 3rd-round pick that year, you said it was a good pick. We all thought, oh, wow, we've got something in the pocket now. But if you had it and you believed in it, and we all said he would have been a number 1.
Do we think it was a good pick, or do we just not still believe in Jared Goff at that time?
He would have been a 1st-round pick at that time. We got him with a 3rd-round pick. We're like, wow, that's great value. But then you sign Jared Goff to that deal. Right away, that tells you Hooker has no business here anymore. And double down on it in the playoffs, you sign a guy from a high school, and you put him in the game. And he actually scored the touchdown on the reverse to J-Mo with that play. But that was it for Hendon Hooker. That's it. You can't get a 7th-round pick for him now. You think Aaron Glenn's going to trade for him? He might. He'll give up a 7th-round pick for him. But that's it. And now this kid in New England that's sitting behind Drake May, Joe Milton, used to play for Michigan and Tennessee, big arm, a lot of talent.
He had a good combine.
They're saying that this guy is better than any quarterback, including Cam Ward and all these other quarterbacks that are in this draft this year. The Patriots, all of a sudden, with Mike Vrabel, are looking to go up.
Let's continue to talk about this. You'll have the first word coming back next hour. We're going to take a break. We'll put a pin in it. What say you in the chat? Joe Milton, Hendon Hooker. This is exactly the scenario I was talking about. But first, Braylon, a message from Planet Fitness.
When your fitness is essential, also it's fitness that fits into your budget. With over 50 metropolitan Detroit locations, it's the gym for you. I come up here, I tell you the same spill. Well, I'm not telling you anymore. Get your butt in shape. And the place to do it is Planet Fitness, because there's no judgment. There's a train with every membership. And at the end of the day, it's just a cool place, man. Come on down. Planet Fitness.
No one gives away more cash and prizes than Woodward Sports. You don't believe us? Here's our latest $10,000 winner.
You guys posted, hey, if you guess all this stuff right, we'll give it's $10,000. I'm like, okay, well, why the hell not?
And the winning doesn't stop there. How about our Outkick Your Coverage winner?
Let's give it up for David Tully, everybody. David Tully. This guy's got a hot girl.
Bigger prizes, bigger giveaways, cash, merch, tickets, and more. All from the biggest sports network in Detroit. No one does it bigger and better than Woodward Sports. Make sure you're following, liking, subscribing on Instagram, Facebook, X, and YouTube for your chances to share in the winning. From Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
A network for the city, by the city. Woodward Sports is Detroit sports.
How do people feel about getting a Planet Fitness membership for $15 a month? How do they like working out in the clean and spacious gym that's filled with equipment for every workout? And how about free fitness training in the judgment-free zone that leaves them feeling energized all day long? Join Planet Fitness today with the free PF app online or in club and start getting that big fitness energy for $15 a month.
The most talked about Detroit media by other Detroit media, and we love it. It's the Woodward Sports Network.
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles. And with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at lesstanford.com today.
Thank you to all the fans for making Woodward Sports your #1 online destination for Detroit sports. We promise not to drop the ball.
Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men got a cut scheduled next week with my girl Becca over there. No, Bethany over there. Oh.
Ooh.
My initial.
Nope,
sorry.
It didn't happen.
Bethany, I love you. Bethany over there. I've got a cut scheduled with her. Becca used to be my girl for years, and then she moved to Florida, and now I've been with Bethany ever since. Lady Jane's, we take the chore out of getting a haircut. Our talented stylist will deliver an industry-leading haircut, relaxing scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and a hot towel treatment. Open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome. A little inside. Oh, sorry.
I thought about you. Go ahead, Ryan.
I was going to say a little inside radio, too. So I wear this earpiece in my ear so I can hear my own voice in my ear. I know that's whatever. It is what it is, but you're able to talk a little bit better, I think, when you do that.
Yeah. Same.
My headphones keep going in and out, and I'm hearing every third word. So it is driving me nuts.
Gotta be the jack.
It's fine. It's the jack, but it's driving me nuts. So that's part of like my scatteredness here today too. But either way, Braylon Edwards.
Thought about you, Tom Masway. I saw your boy drop 56 last night.
He did.
Proving that he still is.
He's a young man.
What's going on with these? Do you think it's Steph trying to show Jimmy whose squad it is, and then LeBron trying to show Luka like, yeah, this is my team too.
Right.
We appreciate you, but this is my squad.
I don't know, man. But since the trade of Jimmy Butler to the Warriors, they're a better team.
Yeah, they're 5. They're 6-1.
They're fun to watch. They're fun to watch again. So Steph's the best shooter in NBA history. That's the end of that.
What? Yeah, go ahead. I'm done.
No, you'll
I
get.
was gonna say, what could Steph do to? It gets tight when you get to the top 10, man, and the top 7 gets even worse. It's like asking that same old adage. I feel like we've been doing it for years. What can Steph do to further his way up the ladder? I think he's at where he's at, Ryan Ermanni.
He'll always be a top 10 player.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I agree. And you just don't have to say where that spot
Nope.
is. And just say
Not
top
at
10.
all.
Leave it at that.
He's a top 10 player on my book.
Yeah,
He'd be one of the guys I draft on my team.
That's right. Hour number 2, guys. Just continuing on here with really one of the stories of Indianapolis. And, when you get all these general managers and teams and front office level executives and head coaches in one spot, you talk about how to improve your team. And many teams need a quarterback. And the talent pool is very thin. Very thin in the draft, very thin in free agency. And that is where the Patriots quarterback Joe Milton comes in. And all of this is momentum, man. No, this is it. This is good. Leave it up.
I don't know if you're going to
It's all momentum. And again, Pat's quarterback Joe Milton gaining extreme amount of interest. Why? Because we haven't seen him. We have not seen him. We have only heard about how good he is. It's a sell job. Last season, Milton appeared in one game, passing for 241 yards, 2 touchdowns in a win against the Bills. That's the only time we've seen him. There is reportedly thought amongst NFL circles that the Patriots could be looking to shop Milton this offseason. And it just goes back to this Hendon Hooker situation. And once you decide that Jared Goff is your quarterback, that's great. I get it. Awesome. But there is a piece to that Hendon Hooker selection which you could sell to a team out there. And again, you take all your leverage away when you put Teddy Bridgewater in that game.
Yeah, Joe Milton is the beneficiary of Michael Penix Jr. and more importantly, how Bo Nix played last year. Both those quarterbacks did 67 years in college football, and when they got their opportunity, Michael Penix, it wasn't many, but when he got in that game, it was a really good game, and he showed you why the Atlanta Falcons felt the need to draft him even though they had Kirk Cousins. Joe Milton is just like that. He did 6-7 years in school, bounced around a little bit, showed you some flashes here or there, learned, got a little bit better when he was at Tennessee, started to look like something, and then you saw that something in the one game he played. I think they said it was against the Bills when they set their players. Like you said, when they saw him, he looked good, man. And you see what those quarterbacks were last year. You're like, maybe this guy gets it. He's a part of that class. He's the same age. He's around the same time as those guys. He could be a good pickup for somebody.
Steve O'Baby says, Ryan, to be honest, I don't think Brad Holmes will trade Hooker. People want Holmes to do something because they know what's best for Brad Holmes. There's no way he's going to trade Hendon Hooker because he can't trade Hendon Hooker.
Right.
You're absolutely right, Steve O'Baby. He is not trading Hendon Hooker because there is no value.
Yeah.
He has no
value. He
value.
might not even make the team.
He has no value. We just don't know what it is. And, maybe there's teams, maybe we're completely overselling this thing as a February 28th Lions topic as well. Maybe we're a bunch of buffoons too, or I'm a buffoon. I'll speak for myself. Maybe I am to think that NFL guys don't know NFL talent. But
right, I said it was over when I watched Teddy Bridgewater enter the NFC divisional playoff game.
Yeah.
I said it's over.
Right.
You don't have to be an idiot. Just open your eyes. Now, Hendon Hooker is going to battle to be a backup quarterback for the rest of his life. This upcoming July and August.
Say that again, Maz. He's going
to battle to become a backup quarterback in the NFL this upcoming July and August. Right. They're going to bring other guys in that they liked last year. Who was the kid from Georgia that they liked? Jake Fromm. He's going to be there. He's a practice squad guy. Jake Fromm might be your backup quarterback next year. Yeah. We'll see who's going to be the backup to Jared Goff come this offseason. But he's not a starter because they already told you he's not a starter. He did not go in a freaking playoff game.
And this is why, people get mad at us, or mad. I'll speak for myself. This is why people get mad at me when I say, just when you give all that credit to Brad Holmes, it's okay to take a little bit back when you see a move. Kirby Joseph got drafted in the third round the year before Hendon Hooker. Last time I checked, he was all-pro, first team last year. Amon-Ra St. Brown got drafted after Hendon Hooker. Basically what I'm saying is he's shown us the ability to pluck players later on in the draft, and those players turn out to be damn good players. He missed on this one. The fact that I know you can do it, the fact that I've seen it, when it doesn't happen, man, you know what this called? It's called a miss. Mm-hmm. And although he has a lot of makes, and that's why we don't hate, but we keep it real with sports. I don't know about you guys. We keep it funky here. And the funky thing is this is a missed pick, at least now. Contend for a backup role versus all-pro first team. It's a miss.
We're going to hope that the third-round pick he traded that we don't have this year, he traded last year for a guy that I wanted them to get, the Canadian offensive lineman, Giovanni Manu. They traded up to get him. And he was an absolute project, and that's what they're doing. They're teaching him how to be an offensive lineman here in the NFL. And from what I understand, he has made a lot of ground up, but he's got a long way to go yet. So that could also be a miss. They take chances. Last year they took some chances. Christian Mahogany turned out to be a good one. Go back, Broderick Martin looks like it was a miss.
I want to see what that Sione Vaki is looking like this year. I'm interested to see him.
I think he's going to be terrific.
I think so too.
I don't know if they'll hold on to Khalif Raymond, to be honest with you, because they're getting rid of Jalen Reeves-Maybin. Your special teams Pro Bowler is going to be let go when the season starts. Jalen Reeves-Maybin, they're going to save about $2.5 million on their cap, which isn't a lot, but they're going to go in a different direction. That's where Avaki comes in. He was a linebacker. Avaki is going to be a running back / defensive back.
I just went back to the 2023 draft, and by the way, that third round was horrible. Yeah. Hendon Hooker and then Broderick Martin. 2 third-round picks that year. Neither are helping you at all. No. But just Hendon Hooker, it didn't work out, but just because it didn't work out, I'd have done it 10 times over again.
Yeah.
I would have. I would have done it 10 times over again. It didn't work out. Looking at this draft analysis on ESPN, he was the 27th overall prospect. Number 27 overall prospect on the big board, Hendon Hooker. And you got him at pick 68. You know?
That's a value pick. As Mel Kiper would say, that's a steal. That's a value pick.
It was a steal because you got a first-round talent in the third round. And, man, it just didn't work out. And it's clear it didn't work out. He's 27 years old. You know, he's going to be 28 years old. Actually, he just turned 27 years old.
I just wish I knew what it was, like what at practice or what did they see that they were like, nah, we got to bring Bridgewater back.
Well, Dante,
they saw something.
Yeah, right.
Hey, Dante 151. I'll read what he said. Did everyone forget that Bridgewater was in a playoff game when he was with the Vikings? So do you want to play a quarterback who has playoff experience or someone who has no playoffs? I'm going to tell you this right now, Dante. I wanted my backup quarterback to be Hendon Hooker because that's who we went with all year. Yeah. I understand them going out and getting a guy that had veteran experience. I do. And when they did it, I was like, okay, cool. I think I feel a little bit better. But on the other side of me, I was like, oh, I guess the guy we got is no good. So it disappointed me as much as it comforted me that they took Bridgewater off the scrap heap to try to win a playoff game. So I don't know what to tell you.
I think that's right, Maz. It's more of a disappointment than it is anything else. It's not like a knock on Brad Holmes. No. It's not like a bad pick. It's not a bad pick. Again, I don't know how many times they'd tell you. I'd do it again over and over and over and over again if I am faced with that same thing. It's disappointing it didn't work out because we were all wrong. All of us. Yeah. How much excitement did you? We got Hendon Hooker. We finally drafted a backup quarterback. We finally have improved a quarterback room, not just one quarterback. You're going to have a question now. Oh, Hendon Hooker's going to take over. Yep. Screw Jared Goff.
Oh, yeah.
Be done with Goff. You signed Goff to an extension?
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
You signed Bridgewater?
Yeah.
You signed Bridgewater? Remember that?
Yeah. I thought he retired. Literally what I said.
So who knows, guys? We'll find out this upcoming July.
That is absolutely hilarious that Dante had the nerve to send that. Look, we know Teddy Bridgewater played for the Minnesota Vikings in a playoff game and actually was elite before the injury. Teddy Bridgewater was coaching games before that handoff. You mean to tell me that Hendon Hooker, your quarterback of 2 years, couldn't go in that game, who you drafted in the third round, and hand the ball off on a trick play?
Right.
If you can't do that, then why you drafted? This is the conversation that we're having. Teddy Bridgewater literally had a clipboard in his hand 2 weeks before that. Come on, give me a break.
It's great stuff. Hey, just quickly, can I just
Hold on. What'd you think of the Jalen Reeves-Maben news?
I didn't do anything. I'm glad we got money.
This is what the Jalen Reeves-Maben news told me. Get your kids to play baseball or basketball. Because how Jalen Reeves-Maben was making a mere $2 million is disgusting. It's disgusting. And how I got some 13th man on the Pistons bench making $12 million. That's what I thought of the Jalen Reeves. How is Jalen Reeves-Maben only making $2.6 million?
Well, that's what his cap hit is. Maybe
but he's only making like that.
2.9.
2.9. Yeah.
And he got hurt last year.
Right.
He missed a half a season. Came back towards the end of the playoffs.
Football players make no money. It's shocking to me. Be a basketball player. Be a baseball player. Football players don't make any money.
Baseball player, that's the longest shot of all the sports.
But I mean, I'm just saying.
Right.
But at least you can make money in the minor
They don't,
leagues.
but 2.9
Not
million.
much.
Like,
You
what
can't even
are
hardly
doing?
pay your rent.
Hardly.
Yeah, hardly. They make a
you
few
can
$100 a week.
You can make it work.
Who?
Baseball players in the minor leagues.
You can make it work.
Hold on. Now I got to do this.
Not anymore.
You going to look at baseball players in the minor leagues?
I got to look at Pistons team payroll.
NBA players make the most.
Lindy Waters III is making what Jalen Reeves-Maben makes.
Who?
Yes. Lindy Waters III.
That was Cade's roommate at Oklahoma State. Now he's the last guy with the Pistons.
Well, they're only paying 13 people.
Simon Fontecchio makes $7.6 million.
Simone.
He's supposed to be a big part of the team.
Paul Reed makes $3.9 million. Again, I mean, I'm just saying.
Who is
Right.
he?
You know,
Yeah.
like when you think of how bad football players have it,
Their shelf life.
all that banging.
Shelf life is short.
Pause.
Shelf life is short.
You know,
That's true.
No doubt about
you know, it's just that's what I thought of when I heard Jalen Reeves make
Okay, let me ask you, what would be fair for him? Like to the needle that he moves? Because
I would think, like, I mean, again, I'm just like in my mind,
yeah.
like
You're
he
looking
should
at
be
the bigger
making
picture.
$5 million.
At least I got you.
He's your special teams captain.
Yeah.
He plays all your special teams. He's
Threw a couple passes a couple years ago,
Yeah,
if you remember.
exactly.
On fourth
He's,
downs.
You just told me receivers are replaceable. Special teams players are damn sure replaceable.
clearly,
Yeah.
clearly,
Yeah.
you know, that is absolutely one of them. I just wanted to finish this just to get your thought, see if anything jumps out at you. This was the projecting one signing for every team. We said Sam Darnold to the Jets, Russell Wilson to the Giants, Justin Fields to Cleveland, Stephon Diggs to KC, Khalil Mack to Philadelphia. Those were the big ones.
Yeah.
Khalil Mack to Philly. Did I say that?
Yeah.
Stephon Diggs to KC.
You know what I just read about Philly?
Stephon and KC.
I just read something on Twitter about Philly from some Philly guys,
Okay.
insiders, that they are going to do their best
Get Myles Garrett.
to shock the world and get Myles
Yep.
Garrett.
Yeah.
And you know what? I believe they could.
Absolutely, because they'll get rid of Josh Sweat.
Reddick.
And
Reddick.
Oh, Reddick's gone.
They're gonna lose
Sound,
Brandon
but
Graham.
They're right. Excuse me. They're right rush in. Michaels. Yeah, that's his name. Is Michaels on the right rush inside. He's old. They're gonna make 32 years old. And then Brandon Graham's gone. Like this is what
I'm telling you, man. If he goes anywhere, and I know, did you guys talk about that? He's not going to sign with Cleveland.
Yes, yesterday.
If you hear that, and you're Andrew Berry you're the general manager of Cleveland, and you're struggling. You have no quarterback. You lost 3 first-round picks.
Now you have no leverage.
You got. What are you doing?
Get a new job.
You have to trade him. And the Lions, for sure, are one of the teams that came knocking on the door for him. If he goes anywhere else other than here, I'm going to be bitterly disappointed and angry as well.
Very angry.
Not as angry as the Lion fans that have their season tickets taken away from them, but I'm going to be angry.
Go ahead.
The Lions are going up and down their season ticket list, and they are penalizing people that they see that are selling their tickets too much, and they are taking their tickets away from them. This is what the Lions are doing now. And our guy, Joel Schwartz from, is it Big Time?
Big time.
Big time worldwide.
Big Time Worldwide. Yeah. And I've talked to 3 other ticket brokers, not here in Michigan, but across the states, that tell me the same thing. The Lions do not have 20,000 people on the waiting list. The Lions have been selling their own tickets, putting them out on StubHub, TickPick, or all the other picks, all the other ticket brokers. They're the ones that are dropping tickets, dropping seats. So if I put my seats up, let's say I paid $150 for my regular season tickets, and I put them up for $300 for a game, they're going to put them up for like $290 on the last couple of days. They're going to underbid me. They're scalping their own tickets. And now they're penalizing the people that are actually paying them to be a Lions season ticket holder by not allowing them to do the same thing. This is America, right? We just talked about everything at the beginning of the day. This is America. So I can't do what I want to do with my tickets.
That's so Detroit.
Here's what New Jersey does. The Giants and Jets have PSLs, personal seat licenses, that you must pay for. That's your seat. Then you buy your season tickets. So if I sell as a Giant season ticket holder my seats, and the idiot in my seats gets arrested, thrown out, whatever, guess what? I lose. There's no personal seat license. This is the Wild West.
Wild
I
West.
can do whatever the hell I want. But no, the Lions say, no, you can't. I think it's horse crap.
Which way do you think is better, Maz? What are you saying? I'm a little confused. Which way do you think is better?
Well, first of all, the personal seat license to me is robbery.
Mm-hmm.
It's absolute thievery. I told you, I was on the Giants season waiting list since 1976. They called me in the 2000s when I was working at another station. Hey, your ticket number came up.
When
wow.
like 2010?
Yeah,
Like
the new stadium. Whenever the new stadium was going up.
2010.
There you go. That's when they called me.
Yeah.
You could buy tickets. Great. I'm going to still buy them because I'm going to give them to my family and let them have them. I want them in my family, my Giant season tickets. Upper tier, and I forget, I think it was $5,000 per seat, personal seat license. Downstairs in the loge, in the lower tier, it was $10,000 to $12,500 per seat. That's just to get in and to be able to buy tickets. To me, that's complete robbery. What the Lions are doing is, and look what they did this year. They've already almost doubled their ticket prices for this next upcoming season. And people that have Lions season tickets, you can tell me, I've read a million things. The playoff tickets, what they were going for last year, the Lions are cheating their customers. I don't like it. I know you have to pay when you win, but to not allow me to do what the hell I want, to maybe pay for my tickets in the playoffs, if I want to sell a Jets ticket against the Lions, let me sell my ticket without getting a penalty. Yeah. That's all I'm saying.
The one thing I was going to ask you, though, is like if you have those personal seat licenses, could you sell your tickets?
You could sell your tickets.
So they don't care.
They don't care.
But they just don't want you, the person in your tickets, to start a fight.
If they do,
okay,
you get in trouble.
You get in trouble.
Yes.
You get revoked.
So you have to be careful who you sell them to.
Right. It is definitely interesting. You know, we've talked to Joel Schwartz a lot of times.
It's a cheat system, man.
Yeah.
The cheating the system.
So, and again, I think the question, there's 65,000 seats at Ford Field. How many are dedicated to season tickets? Is it 30,000?
Yeah.
Is it 20,000? Because there's probably not 60,000 people that, like, if you just made this the whole stadium season tickets, which you can't do.
Well, 30,000 people probably because you get two seats.
Right.
Right?
Right.
Two seats. You're not buying one seat.
No, but I'm saying if all 65,000 seats
probably like 45,000
were up for season tickets, well, that's not great either, because some people could only afford to buy one game. So you buy one game.
Yeah.
You know, so how many of those 65,000 seats are allotted for season tickets? That's a question I would ask too. When you look at,
I don't know. I just know the prices have gone skyrocket, and now they're telling you can't sell your tickets. To some people, not to everyone.
Right.
Eventually, they might.
And you know, we saw a couple of stories this week too, saying I've been doing this for years. Right? Nobody took them away when they were bad.
Exactly. No one gave a damn when we were selling our tickets when we were 0-16. That was my last season as a season ticket holder. I had 35-yard line seats.
Wow, incredible stuff. All right, guys, we're going to take a break. We'll go around the NFL. Lots more to get to today. Also, some Red Wings talk, some Tigers talk. But first, a message from
Tiger
Dr.
talk
Pierce.
for sure.
Yeah.
They got some injuries. Oh, I love those guys. I might be going tonight if my stomach feels better.
I went Wednesday.
Hey, do not miss out on our injury expert. That's Dr. Jeff Pierce of Michigan Sports and Spine. He was with the guys yesterday. Joins Big D Energy every Tuesday as well. Trust the guy that DMAC trusts. For more information, visit MichiganSportsandSpine.com or call 248-426-9944.
No one gives away more cash and prizes than Woodward Sports. You don't believe us? Here's our latest $10,000 winner.
You know, you guys posted, hey, if you guess all this stuff right, we'll give it's $10,000. I'm like, okay, well, why the hell not?
And the winning doesn't stop there. How about our Outkick Your Coverage winner?
How do you think you won?
This guy's got a hot girl.
Bigger prizes, bigger giveaways, cash, merch, tickets, and more. All from the biggest sports network in Detroit. No one does it bigger and better than Woodward Sports. Make sure you're following, liking, subscribing on Instagram, Facebook, X, and YouTube for your chances to share in the winning. From Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports.
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles. And with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at lesstanford.com today.
A network for the city, by the city. Woodward Sports is Detroit Sports.
How do people feel about getting a Planet Fitness membership for $15 a month? How do they like working out in a clean and spacious gym that's filled with equipment for every workout? And how about free fitness training in the judgment-free zone that leaves them feeling energized all day long? Join Planet Fitness today with the free PF app, online or in club, and start getting that big fitness energy for $15 a month.
The most talked about Detroit media by other Detroit media, and we love it. It's the Woodward Sports Network.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, it's wicked awesome.
A ton of fun, a ton of sports, and a ton of man meat. Welcome to the Woodward Heavyweights, live daily 5 to 7 p.m. on Woodward Sports.
Are you tired of wearing the same old Detroit sports merch? I know you are. It's a new era in sports wearables. New designs, amazing apparel, and the ultimate swag. Make sure you check out Woodward Sports' latest gear at shop.woodwardsports.com. Hoodies, tees, hats, all guaranteed to turn heads. It's getting into the weekend. I know you got weekend plans. In between your plans, hit the website, shop.woodwardsports.com. Get you some new Detroit sports gear today.
All right, having some fun here on a Friday. Anybody got any good weekend plans, first and foremost?
You know, the birthday was last weekend, so probably dial it back and just relax a little bit.
Dial it back.
Nothing crazy on the books, man.
Got my kids coming home from, they're going to start their spring break. So they come home for a couple days, then they head on out to Florida. So I'm looking forward to seeing my big girls coming home.
Now, when they're all three together, do they get along?
Pretty much. Yeah. Maddie kind of likes the way it is now.
Right.
She's the queen of the roost.
Yeah.
Abby just got in last night, so they're okay so far. Uh-huh. Lily is the straw that stirs the drink.
Right.
She'll be in on Sunday. She's going to see the Pistons tonight. It's MSU night at the Palace. Excuse me, at Little Caesars.
The Palace.
At the Palace. How about the Palace?
I love the Pistons. I love them.
I think about you every time because I feel like, and no disrespect, I feel he was on him first.
Yeah,
I agree.
I wasn't watching before Mass.
I feel like he was on him first.
They own me. They do.
You've been talking about this team for a long time.
They could win, Bray. They could win any playoff series. They could win any playoff series.
Okay, let's ask them the question.
I know Cleveland is way above right now. Yeah. I do. Besides Cleveland, I think they could give Cleveland a run.
We talked about this yesterday, Braylon and I. I'll bring you into it, Maz. When Braylon was talking about his experience the other night against the Celtics, Brian Windhorst was up here on the TV saying the Pistons could do some real damage in the postseason.
Damn right.
Define real damage to me. You define it. In your words, what is real damage?
They could win 2 playoff series.
Winning 2 playoff series.
They could win 2 playoff series.
That would mean taking down either Boston or Cleveland.
Correct.
So if they can take down Boston or Cleveland, why couldn't they take down the other one?
They might be able to. The way they're playing now, no team wants to play that right now. No team.
Wait a minute. Hot take alert. Tom Mazaway at 3:28 p.m. Hot take alert on a Friday has the Detroit Pistons representing the Eastern Conference in the NBA Finals.
You're damn right I do.
Hot take alert.
Are you the guy who placed the bet?
Let's
the Pistons
I'm not.
to win the NBA championship?
Yeah, what is that bet again, Pete?
It was plus 3,000. I'll find it again.
Some guy put how much? He put a grand on
him
to win how much?
It's plus 3,000, I believe. So
that's like the guy that put 20 cents on the. Did you see that?
I saw it.
20 cents in the slot, 9.28 million.
Listen to me, guys. I'm just saying, right now, I wish the playoffs started right now.
That's not how it works.
I understand that. And I understand Boston's cruising. I get it.
No.
I get it. I'm not a dummy. They're going to go for 9 straight tonight. They're going to whip the Nuggets tonight. So if you put that in the bank, that's 9 straight wins after tonight. I'm just saying. They're right there. I'm shocked how quick they got to here. And I'm so excited for what they're going to get till next year and the year after. I am. I so am. They beat the Celtics for the first time since 2008. That's when they played the Celtics in the freaking Eastern Conference Finals.
That's a crazy
And they lost. That was the end of the going to work Pistons. That was the end. This is the beginning. This is a new freaking team. Cade Cunningham is an absolute terror. Wait till Jaden Ivey comes back. Just wait. It ain't going to be this year. But you wait. Jalen Duren, Asar Thompson, fabulous. Fabulous players. And Malik Beasley, one of the best three-point shooters in the game right now.
Technically, he's the best.
It's unbelievable. I'm not going to put him against Steph, but he's having a time of his life right now.
I'm just saying in terms of percentage of made threes, he has more than Steph. Look, I'm not going to get into a match because I love this Pistons team. I told you I was at that Celtics game, and it was electric. I remember when I went to the Mavs game, and I really said that's when I kind of first saw it. The thing you said that stuck out to me was it's the beginning. And in the beginning, you don't jump in beating the heavyweight Titans. You just don't jump in being a team that's seasoned and conditioned. Let's forget Donovan Mitchell.
This isn't
his third. This isn't his first year with this team. He's now been there 3 years. This team, Evan Mobley, Darius Garland, they've been in the playoffs. They've played against the Celtics. They now know how to turn it up when the playoffs start. That's what the Pistons lack because they haven't been there yet. It's a young team. It's a young nucleus. So I love it. And I think they'll get 2 wins in the playoff. But I don't think they'll win a series because, like Matt said, it's the beginning. To win series in the playoffs, you got to understand how to play in a 7-game series. It's not like just one game. It's not like the NFL. So I love them. I think they can win 2 games. I think they can make some noise. And I think they'll play every team close. Like, that's one thing I will say. Every game will be close in the playoffs. It won't be like just, hey, we're happy to be there. They'll be playing to win.
I'll predict this. They will be 4th in the East. Maybe they might nip the Knicks for 3rd.
Okay, at this point, let me go another direction. Yeah. Are you disappointed if they don't win 1 series?
You can't be.
It depends on how that series goes.
No, you can't be.
I'm not.
I'm about to say you can't be.
Get swept.
The over or under
if they get swept, I'll be disappointed.
5-game series.
It's not. Yeah. Listen, man. I'm telling you. Listen to me. I'm telling you. Bray, believe me.
I believe. Yeah.
They're gonna win a series. They're gonna win a series.
Look, the Tigers did it. It feels eerily similar to what the Tigers did, but this is different. I believe in this Pistons team more than I believed in that Tigers team. I thought it was just some dumb luck with this pitching strategy deal. This is serious. Cade is leading this team. J.B. Bickerstaff has these guys going. They understand their roles. It's nothing better than when a team understands their role. A lot of times people look at that as, why do I have to understand my role? Why is there a role? Yeah, there's a role on every championship team. You saw that last year in basketball. Derek White for the Celtics has a role. His role is to play good defense on both sides, spell Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum. And, oh, by the way, he's going to make 5 threes. They know their roles, and that's why they're champions. Knowing your role is important.
All right, knowing your role is important. That's why I will be –
know your damn role.
I will be honest with you when I say this. I am late to the party here. I am on now, but I am late to the party. So I will ask you all, because you all are better informed on this than I am. Ricky, jump in too. Who is the best matchup for the Detroit Pistons in round 1? It's
Knicks.
only one of 3 teams. It's the Knicks, the Pacers, and the Bucks.
Knicks.
Yeah, I agree, Knicks.
What makes the Knicks the best opponent? Because
they can't beat anybody. They can't beat anybody good. They'll beat the living daylights out of the Knicks.
Dumb question. Does the atmosphere in New York in the postseason?
It's not going to scare the Pistons.
Okay.
It's not the Knicks because Mitchell Robinson is coming back, and they'll be too tall, they'll be too long, pause, and Cat is going to be a problem for them. The best matchup, and I know it's going to sound crazy because it's the Greek Freak, But it's Giannis. You got an old team that's falling apart. Dame Lillard, yeah, he plays well, but now you got to turn up. They're going to live and die by that 3-ball. And the Pistons play a brand of defense. Not as good as the going-to-work Pistons, but they got a lot of emphasis on the defensive side of the ball.
Giannis?
They play physical. You said, you let Giannis do what he does.
He might put 50 in.
So what? Jordan put 63 up and they lost. Realistically. And that's a fact.
Yeah.
Larry Legend shut that down. So let Giannis go crazy. Because it's going to take more than 2 people to beat that Pistons team. Yeah. And that Bucks team, they fall apart in the regular season. They fall apart in the playoffs. They haven't looked like any – and it's Doc Rivers.
I'll take any
That's
of them.
the matchup that I want.
I'll take any
Just
of them.
like I told you in the NFL, I did not want to play the Commanders. I'm telling you who I want to play. I want to play the Bucks.
Great.
So then you got to be what? 3-4.
Yeah.
Right? Is that
Yeah,
right?
no,
Or 4-5?
4-5.
Yeah,
Okay.
4-5.
4-5.
Give me the Bucks.
That's doable.
Yeah.
Give me the Bucks.
There's no doubt about it.
If we're going for a series win, it's got to be the Bucks for me. I can believe in the Pistons beating the Bucks because I don't trust them.
Fair
Right,
enough.
you got to get the LCA, right?
I can't
You'll
wait.
buy
I
in.
know.
You'll
I
buy
cannot
in.
wait.
I'll get
want
you the
to.
ticket.
Yeah, I cannot wait. I
Easy
really
peasy.
want to. I absolutely do. I was watching the game against the Celtics the other night, and I was like, this is bananas.
I was
Did
there.
you hear what Jason Tatum said about it?
Yeah. Best atmosphere they've had here since I started in the league.
Wow.
And the best atmosphere he's been in a long time.
Yeah.
Like period, like in a building that was like rocking like that.
And again, I'll say it, the Celtics back-to-back games, NBA, they don't play as hard in the back-to-back games. That's how the Cavs escaped with that long shot by Garland. They escaped that night. Otherwise, the Pistons would have beat them.
This is what I will say. You're absolutely correct about that. But what happened was they didn't have Jaylen Brown. The Celtics came out with an energy. They said, look, we're going to give this a strong 2.5 quarters.
Yeah.
We're going to try to win this game. If we can't do it by the 2.5, we'll shut it
flag
down.
went up.
When it got to the third quarter, they were down 10. And by 4 minutes into the fourth quarter,
bench
all
was
the
empty.
starters were out because
Yeah.
it was 16-0, and they won by 20. So
Yeah.
they really tried. Jason Tatum played 33 minutes, 27
glad
points
to
in
hear
this
that.
last shot. They play hard. So don't let – they were playing the Cavs on Friday.
Yeah.
No, man. They tried, and they couldn't.
Good.
So when they realized they couldn't, they shut it down.
I was
They tried.
smiling ear to ear watching that game.
Malik Beasley, man, he just – every time it looked like the Celtics may get – because Kristaps hit a couple shots at the top of the key. Pritchard got hot for a second, but every time it looked like they were coming back, Malik Beasley, 3 to the head.
Who's gonna guard Jokic tonight?
Nobody. Once again, certain players you just give it to. The problem though is he gets everybody involved, and that's where he's so dangerous. He's the walking triple-double and second chance opportunities on the offensive side.
Just give J.B. Bickerstaff the coach of the year already. Although
Right.
I really don't want him to get it, it's a jinx.
Doesn't
You say he
have to
deserves
be.
it. You say he deserves it.
Doesn't have to be.
Doesn't have to be.
Doesn't have
Hey,
to
while
be.
we're talking a little bit of hoops,
Yeah.
here, how about on the college side? One night after,
Wow,
one night after
back-to-backers.
Michigan State wins
Woo!
with a half-court heave, a shot beyond half-court. Michigan wins with a deep three-pointer of their own. Incredible,
Burnett.
Yep.
incredible last seconds. Last night, Michigan keeps pace with
They
the
beat
Spartans for
Rutgers.
first place in the Big Ten. They beat Rutgers 84-82.
Beautiful. They were down 1, and they hit the three-point shot.
What a time to be a Michigan sports
It
fan.
is.
Isn't that something?
Everywhere
That's
you
all.
look, we're just shining.
It's all good.
And
It's all good.
not only like last second shots,
Yep.
but legitimate buzzer beaters. When the ball is in the air and you see the
Red.
backboard
The red.
go red. Michigan State Wednesday night, Michigan Thursday night. It's amazing.
Did you guys play that sound I gave you yesterday about Izzo? When he went at when the Izzo
No, they
sound
did not
from
play
yesterday?
that.
No.
You didn't play it? It's just,
Did you watch the game?
yeah. It was a great Andy Katz was interviewing him.
Yeah.
And he's like, "We deserve to win that game. That was a lucky shot, but we deserve to win that
Why
game."
did you deserve to win the game? Did you
Did
watch
you watch
it?
the game? It was great. And
was
I'm happy
great.
for Dusty May.
Yeah.
Gets a new contract. It's a whole new team. He brings Vlad Golden over from FAU, and that's all you need.
Well, welcome to college sports. And we just saw this with your guy Scott Leffler, Bowling Green. Your guy Scott
My
Leffler,
guy.
Bowling Green. Both of those guys.
He's an Eagle now.
Scott Leffler leaves the head coach of Bowling Green football on February 28th.
Yep.
You leave to be the quarterback coach for the Philadelphia Eagles.
Yep.
That is one horrible, to do to your team, especially after National Signing Day, 2 weeks after National Signing Day, they should all get an exemption. Everybody that signed
transfer.
Everybody
They probably will go.
Everybody that signed at Bowling Green should get an exemption. That's one.
Yeah.
Number two, further proof, if you have the ability to jump to the NFL in any capacity, you will do that. Because you cannot be the head coach at Bowling Green or Toledo or Kent State or Akron or Wyoming or anywhere else, and you got the third string wide receiver or cornerback or offensive tackle say, where's mine? Where's my bag? You got $5,000 a month for me, $10,000 a month for me, where's mine? You can't have it. I'm out at that point. College football is being destroyed by the second. By the second.
But can I say
being
college
destroyed.
basketball might be on the comeback? Can I say that?
Locally for you,
Yeah.
but around
the world.
It doesn't matter. Like,
Well, you're
again,
building a whole new team.
You're not building
Every year.
anything.
Yeah.
You're building it through the transfer portal. What the hell's the difference?
Just a different.
I'd rather do that than remember what Rick Pitino said. Rick Pitino of St. John says, I am never recruiting a high school player again.
Yep.
I'm building my team through the transfer portal.
Yep.
He says, and what they asked him, what if you have the number one recruit? No, I can't see
win with
myself
them.
doing it. Because they can't play the game we're playing now. They can't. I kind of like it. That you could just turn the team around.
And college basketball.
I kind of like it.
Football, I don't like.
Football, I don't like it. Basketball, I'm starting to like it again.
What I was going to say is going back to Michigan and Michigan State. Michigan State shot was better before Michigan State fans say I'm hating, but I love to see Michigan in this space right now. If you remember early on in the beginning of the season, how many leads did they blow, Maz? Like Michigan blowing leads, half-court shots by Maryland, all type of things, losing by 17, up by 17, giving the game away, like not being able to make those plays. What was the conversation? I just don't trust this backcourt. Like the bigs, like Wolf. I like the center, but I don't trust the backcourt. Now, fast forward, they've won 9 of 11 or 9 of 11.
They have one loss at home, and it was to the Spartans.
9 of 11. They're winning at the end. They're closing games out, and I love the guy, Burnett, hits the shot. But did you see the video of him telling Wolf before the shot was hit? He told him, he said, I got it. I'm going to make it. He was a fourth option on that play. He wasn't the first, second, or third. He was a fourth option on that play. He kicked it to him, and he knocked the shot down. That's trust. I'm happy they lost that first game to Michigan State. I would have rather beat them. I'm not lying. But I'm glad they lost that one. So I guarantee it's going to be a different March 9th.
Maz, you make me think. You make me rethink my assessment of that.
There you go, buddy.
Because maybe college basketball is better this way, but college football certainly is not.
No, you're right. Because I don't want to go to a high school kid and have him tell me, give me this. Take a hike, kid. Go earn it, and then maybe I'll have you come over on a transfer. I hate that these kids have a coach's you-know-what in their hands. I don't like it. I like this. I do. You built the Michigan team that was pathetic last year. Pathetic.
I believe 3 wins in the Big Ten.
And they're one of the best teams in the NCAA right now, and they're going to be trouble in the NCAA tournament. Michigan State, I said to you, I think they're going to the Final Four. Michigan, they can make a hell of a run. They can get to the 16 at least.
No doubt. Guys, we'll take a break, come back. Tigers injury news. We'll do that next. But first, a message from Les Stanford, Chevrolet Cadillac Buick GMC. It's Les Stanford sign and drive sale. Get a 2024 Envision for only $239 per month. Or try the 2025 Sierra Crew Cab Elevation, only $249 per month. Hey, don't forget about the 2025 Hummer EV SUV, only $289 per month. 0 security deposit, 0 do-it signing, 0 first month payment, 0 acquisition fee. Get to Les Stanford today. Check out their massive inventory at the sign and drive sale. Les Stanford Buick GMC, lesstanford.com, lesstanford.com. Together, let's drive.
Big injuries, big news. Twice a week, Dr. Jeff Pierce from Michigan Sports and Spine joins Woodward Sports Network for the Injury Insider Report. Big D Energy Tuesdays at noon, and Ermanni and Edwards with Maz Thursdays at 3:30. Get expert analysis and in-depth breakdowns on the latest sports injuries from the man trusted by top athletes in the community, like D-Mac. Whether it's the Lions, Pistons, Tigers, or Red Wings, Dr. Pierce talks us through it all. Don't miss the Injury Injury Insider Report with Dr. Jeff Pierce, your go-to source for understanding the impact of injuries on the games and players we love. Only on Woodward Sports Network. Scan the QR code on the screen or go to MichiganSportsandSpine.com to see if Dr. Jeff Pierce can help you.
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles. And with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at lesstanford.com today.
A network for the city, by the city. Woodward Sports is Detroit Sports.
How do people feel about getting a Planet Fitness membership for $15 a month? How do they like working out in a clean and spacious gym that's filled with equipment for every workout? And how about free fitness training in the judgment-free zone that leaves them feeling energized all day long? Join Planet Fitness today with the free PF app, online or in club, and start getting that big fitness energy for $15 a month.
The most talked about Detroit media by other Detroit media, and we love it. It's the Woodward Sports Network.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, it's wicked awesome.
A ton of fun, a ton of sports, and a ton of man meat. Welcome to the Woodward Heavyweights, live daily 5 to 7 p.m. on Woodward Sports.
Hey, welcome back, Woodward Sports Network. Ryan Amani, Braylon Edwards, Tom Masway, Ricky Burns, and the great Pete Spivak, the one and only, in the TD booth.
Thank God.
We do have some, absolutely thank God for that. We do have some Tigers injury news, Tom Masway.
Oh, God, the Tigers. Oh, they're playing the Jays, Ryan. Give me a score on that, by the way.
I'll give it to you right now.
Here's the kicker, guys. Matt Vierling got hurt the other day. It turns out it's a strained rotator cuff, Braylon.
10-7 Jays in the ninth.
All right. He will not be ready for opening day. Now, that's the guy that you said was going to be at third with Jace Young, play the outfield, be one of your big bats. That's what Scott Harris told us. The other day, Parker Meadows, our future center fielder, got hurt. Upper right arm soreness. I don't know what that is. I have no freaking clue. We have not heard a word about Parker Meadows. So the little team that could last year, that came within an inning of beating Cleveland and getting to the ALCS, is falling apart already.
Looks like they're inheriting a little bit of what was going on across the street at Ford Field.
Yep.
They got that injury bug, man. You know, it sucks, too, because you want them to pick up certain players.
Yep.
It sucks that it's happening right now, especially players that you don't necessarily buy into anyway.
Listen, I buy totally into Parker Meadows.
I buy into Parker Meadows.
And Matt Vierling is a very good hitter. He's a good player.
He's a
utility guy.
For what he's asked to be.
But he's asked to be more than
right.
that.
He's asked more. Exactly.
I don't like that part.
So now when you lose a guy like that Scott Harris is telling us to put so much faith in, now you're down 2 guys. And again, I don't know about Parker Meadows, but when you don't hear anything, that makes me kind of a little nervous. You need an arm, right, to throw the ball. Okay, let's go there. You cannot go into the season like this. And I know they tried.
Is Arenado anywhere? Is Arenado?
Arenado's not getting trade. He has the trade. He got the no trade clause. And from what I understand, he said no to the Tigers.
Okay.
So we're not getting him. You got to go somewhere else.
Screw him.
You've got to go somewhere else. You've got to listen. And I know I'm just going to be a big Tiger fan by saying this. And I might know what the hell I'm talking about. But Vladdy Guerrero, they're playing him right now.
3 for 3 today.
Listen, the kid, what is he, 25?
Yeah.
Yep.
Home run today.
Come on, man. You're not going to sign Skubal. You're not. So spend the money and get this guy. Trade for Vladdy Guerrero.
Oh,
do not go into this season like you are. I know Colt Keith is going to play first. Sorry. Maybe Colt Keith could platoon at third, or once what's his name from the Yankees? Gleyber Torres makes 38 errors. Maybe he replaces him. I don't know what to say. I'm just telling you, if you think you're going to win 90 games with this team, you're sadly mistaken.
By the way, breaking news: Javi Baez 0 for 2 today.
Yes.
Oh,
but he had a walk.
He did have a walk. That is the breaking news.
That is breaking
0 for 2
news.
with a walk.
That's breaking news.
Kerry Carpenter 2 for 3 with a home run.
Great. He plays half the game.
Absolutely. And Dylan Dingler, another
good
home
catcher.
run today.
Good catcher. Eventually, he'll be a good catcher.
Max, we had a conversation yesterday. Stephen A. Smith went out of his way.
Not a home run for Dingler, but sorry, I just wanted to.
You're good. Stephen A. Smith went out of his way to give credit to Troy Weaver. And so we had a discussion, does Troy Weaver deserve any credit? And we all said no. But my question to you is, what is with nostalgia? Like, people look back and want to give people credit. Like, why do you want to look back and give Al Avila credit for drafting Tarek
friends with him?
And you said what?
Because you're friends with him.
True, but like, Troy Weaver's working for the Washington Wizards right now.
Anson has tooted his horn.
He went out of his way. Oh,
Anson has said, hey, Troy Weaver should get some credit.
He shouldn't get credit because Cade Cunningham was the pick. Asar Thompson was, whichever brother went third, the other was going fourth.
Yeah.
Like, you don't get credit for the Killian Hayes situation, in my opinion. You don't get credit for not putting people around set Cade to win.
He cleaned the house. He gave him like $60 million to work with, or whatever the hell number it was. He got off the books.
You don't deserve credit. Al Avila doesn't deserve credit for Terry
understand.
Scuba because you also signed Javi Baez to the worst contract ever.
Again, he was desperate.
Does Matt Millen get credit for Calvin Johnson?
No. The Tigers, man, they got to make a move. I know it's the first week of spring training.
Don't all these teams seem like just one key player away? Like the Lions seem one Myles Garrett away.
Yes.
The Tigers seem one Alex Bregman away. The Red Wings seem one defenseman.
Brady Tkachuk.
One superstar like that away. And the Pistons seem experience away.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah.
A little time.
Grady's
A little
Florida.
time.
Panthers?
I'm sorry?
Grady's with the Panthers?
No, he's with the Senators.
Senators, I'm tripping.
There's one with the Panthers. This is Brady. He's with the Senators.
So again, it just
Matthews
feels
with
like
the Panthers.
just feels we're right there
Yeah.
here for Detroit sports.
No doubt.
That's a good feeling, though. I mean, as much as we're up here complaining, I think that is a good feeling to have.
No doubt.
Listen, I'm not complaining about the Tigers. I'm not. I'm looking forward to the season. I just think
with the Tigers,
they didn't get the right hand bat they needed. And I know
No.
you got to depend on Torque coming back. Who knows what he's going to do? No, he hit a home run yesterday, but you just don't know, man.
Torque bomb.
There's no doubt. I mean, do you believe that the Tigers pitching they're going to get the same pitching that they got a year ago? No. Probably going to be some regression there because they were so good last year.
Randall Smalls is coming after me today.
Why? With Smalls?
Smalls is coming after me. Came after me the last subject. Now he's coming after me here. He complained that I complained about the Lion tickets. Let's sign good players and not make tickets go up. And I'm like, well, he's like, look at the who did he tell me to look at? These teams that are spending money that have won Super Bowls before. I'm like, we're the Lions. We're not them. And now he's telling me I'm knee-jerk reaction to the Tigers.
So great.
It is what it is. It's just an opinion, Rando.
Yeah.
You're good, man.
Everybody's a
We're
Tiger.
good.
Relax.
So I thought.
Everybody just
We're cool, man. I just want the best for all of us. That's all.
At the end of the day, we all want the same thing. You want the Detroit sports teams to win.
Yeah.
So,
Right.
however we get there, but we want the
I want to
same
beat
thing.
Cleveland. I want to win that division again. Remember when we had the T-shirts? I still have one at home. We own the Central.
That's right.
I want those back again.
That's right.
That's all.
By the way, bracketology just came out right now. They've got Michigan State as a 2 seed in the Midwest region, which
They play home.
which is Indianapolis. Though they go to Cleveland for rounds 1 and 2, but
Nice.
Indianapolis would be where the Elite Eight
the
stuff
final-
will be.
yeah.
Michigan they have going to the South region as a 4 seed.
I was going to guess a 4 seed.
Yep, as a 4 seed, they play in Providence, Rhode Island.
gonna
As we
change.
inch closer to the end of
Is that where their
college
Elite Eight would
basketball
be?
season.
Rhode Island?
No, the Elite Eight would be in Atlanta.
Oh, not bad.
Yeah.
Oh,
Where is the Final Four
might
this
be.
year? Do we?
San Antonio,
San
I think.
Antonio.
Is it?
Yeah.
Who wants to go to San Antonio?
I like San Antonio.
Is it fine?
Speaking of San Antonio,
Yeah.
Pop.
did you guys talk about Pop?
No.
Greg Popovich.
Wimby out, pop out.
Yeah, he's not going to come back this year. After a stroke update, he talked to his team the other day, and he said, "Just can't do it." I don't know if he'll be back. To tell you the truth, one of the, I don't know. I'm going to call him one of the not nice guys in the NBA. Never liked him, but I want him to be healthy, of course.
I know what to
I just
bring
never
him
liked
back.
him. He's a rude SOB.
I know that. Well, it's funny. Players like him. People in the
Yeah.
media don't. Like, I actually like Pop, but when they get Cooper Flag #1 overall,
God.
that'll bring him back.
Yeah, that'll kill me. I won't
That's
watch
great.
the NBA again if they
They're getting
if
Cooper
they rig
Flag.
that.
They're
If
getting
they
Cooper-
rig that one, I'm done.
You know, San Antonio is NBA West, the Southwest. So expect Cooper Flag to go to the Spurs.
That's what Anson said. They're
Just
twin
saying.
towers.
100%.
They're twin towers.
All right.
Any
Ray?
movies?
Oh, it's Oscar weekend. Two movies that Lee Thomas on Fox 2 talked about today was Conclave.
I saw that. Ralph-
That's about the
Ralph
priest,
Fiennes.
The priest.
and the Pope.
It's basically what
Picking the
happens when they're picking a new pope.
Yeah.
All the bishops.
I'm gonna have to see that. I've been looking to see
all
that.
the bishops
The
go into a
conclave.
room and they don't come out until the smoke comes
Yeah.
out.
White smoke?
And they pick a pope. And he also talked about Adrian Brody and his
Subtle.
performance in The Brutalist.
Brutalist, that's
3.5 hour movie or
long.
3 hours. But he said, he was not wrong about this. Lee was like, you will stream 4 or 5 shows. You'll stream the same show
Yeah.
for 4 or 5 episodes.
Yeah.
Treat it like that. Watch an hour and a half.
So you
Take a
liked the
break.
movie?
Loved it.
How about my
Very
movie?
big drama.
How about the Timothy Chalamet
Loves
movie?
that too.
I want that. To
Loves
live.
that.
I'm
Loves the
rooting for
performance of Timothy Chalamet.
As Bob
Bob
Dylan.
Yep. You ever hear of was it Joan Baez?
Of course, of course.
Yeah. What's gonna happen?
Joni
is
B.
Timothy Chalamet will win. Then he'll be nominated again next year and the year after that. They do this all the time. They get a young. Well, I mean, the movie was good, but
Yeah.
this is like the next wave.
Says
Get you-
Demi Moore is going to win Best Actress.
Yeah, I think that's a lock. I haven't seen it, but
Oh,
they're
it starts
pushing
with
her.
an S.
They're pushing her.
Pause.
Substance. Is that what it is?
Yep.
Substances or whatever.
Any movies this weekend for you? You're the movie guy.
I don't know. I am a movie guy. I don't know. I might kick my feet up and see what's
All
going
right.
on TV. I pay for all these damn streaming services. I might as well use them.
Check it out.
Yeah.
Hey, watch that De Niro thing I'm telling you about.
Yeah, I will.
Zero
Day on Netflix.
Right.
Pretty good.
Very good. Bray, get us out of here, my man.
Glad we're all together, man. It's good to see you, man.
Thank you, man.
Enjoy the game tonight, Pete. Hell of a job by you. This
Appreciate
week.
you,
I
my
wanted to
friend.
go out on my way and say you done a great job all week, and I appreciate you.
I
as well as
appreciate you, friend.
My man, Ricky Burns, Ryan Ermanni, 3 in a row, huh?
Look at that.
Feels good, man.
This is the first full show we've had in like a week and a
I
half.
know.
Yeah, that's right.
It's true, man. You get more of this next week. We appreciate
Absolutely.
you guys in the chat. Thank you for everybody that comes and supports Mighty Networks with Maz on Woodward Sports. Have a great weekend.